Hello, everyone. Welcome back for this new episode of Coding Design System with George. Hey, George, how are you?
Hello, Mads. What's up?
Hi, I'm fine. Today we've got a big guest. This is a French connection today because we've got Kaelig on the show today. Hey, Kaelig, how are you?
Hey, I am well. Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to code some design system.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you today. So we've got a lot of things on schedule for today. Just to introduce you to people that may don't know you, you're actually the co-chairman of the community group, the design token community group at W3C. So could you give us some pieces of information about it and what it is and what you are planning to do with it?
Sure. Yeah. So the design token W3C community group is a group of folks that are experts in the industry and looking to standardize a format around which tools and designers and developers can agree on to encode design decisions in the form of design tokens. So anything that's got to do with colors, typography, animations, spacing, etc., you name it, that is something we're working on. And so we have our first public editor's draft that was published about 2-3 months ago now. And we're going to be releasing a working draft pretty soon. And it's a community of about 250 people, plus a bunch of folks in the vendor industry, such as Adobe, Figma, Sketch, etc., and Backlight, Div Riots, who are looking at this. And then we have a team of editors, the folks who are actually writing the specification, of about 12, 15 people. And one of which is the co-inventor of design tokens, Gina, who you may have heard of if you've been following the design system industry for a bit. And then we also have someone we have Valhead as well, who's a super well-known and amazing leader in this field. And from the get-go, we also had Danny Banks, who is the author and creator of Style Dictionary, which I believe we might be using today. So I'm excited for that.
The plan. Okay, that's great. I just saw that you released a survey about the new modules for the specification dedicated to colors and animation. That's it.
That's right.
What are you
So
expecting from this one?
So the editors have been working super hard on trying to find what are the best ways for the first version of the format specification to encode colors and animations. So we have a few questions for the community to ask them. For example, would you rather have one format for encoding colors, such as hexadecimal or RGB, or would you prefer it to be pretty free and free form and allow you to put your design tokens in RGB or hexadecimal or HSL, etc., etc. So for V1, our hunch so far has been that we probably want to be a little bit strict and not go too broad and not allow too many formats. But that's why we're kind of gauging the community, community's thoughts on that and get their advice so that we can build a format that is inclusive and make sure that we're not getting in the way of people doing their jobs. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking for, this kind of guidance from the community.
Great, awesome. For you folks that are just following this topic, the idea behind it is that we could after that, by having a specification like this one, to interoperate between different tools like designing in Figma or Sketch and exporting the token and re-importing them in a common format in tools like Backlight. So it will be it's a promise of big interoperability between tools, designer tools, developer tools. So yeah, it's a brilliant future for all of us, I guess so.
Yeah, I'm excited for the amount of tooling that this enables and the workflows that this enables. Because first comes the format, then the tooling adopts it, and then the workflows evolve. One of the big thinking behind design tokens is that you want to have a single source of truth for your design decisions. And in a sense, it's kind of hard to do right now with no common format between design tools. So this is what we're shooting for.
Cool. That's awesome. And we're really looking for that. We have a lot of things to do today for this coding session, so maybe we could switch to it if you're ready, George.
Yep.
Okay,
Let's go.
so let's go for the coding session. So the idea for this episode is to start a new design system for your very own needs, for your new website, your new personal website rebrand. So you shared with us a Figma file in prior of this session, and yeah, we are looking to if we're able to implement it. So let's go. Let's try it. We picked a bit of technologies. We choose to stick on React and CSS modules. I guess so. We are trying to import the token, the style dictionary format, and we will try to plug it after it if we got enough time in maybe a Next.js application or a Remix.js. I don't know. We will see which one fit the better. Is it okay for you?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Great.
Just a quick disclaimer to give you a sense of why I'm building this website. A few months back, I left Shopify, and that was an awesome job. I loved it. And during that time, I ended up going from coding every day, doing a lot of front end, a lot of CSS, to doing more of an operational role and more strategic thinking around how we do front end at Shopify. And I started missing a little bit this kind of craft of building things in CSS, and I wanted to get back in the flow of how do we even make websites today from start to finish. So during my time off, I've been making a few different websites on different stacks, and today I want to use this opportunity to think about how do we, with technologies that I used at Shopify, make a simple website with, so it's a one-page website, and it's been created by a designer based in India. So we haven't spoken very much. It's kind of a new way for me to collaborate. I'm very hands-on in the design process and very do a lot of back and forth. But in that case, I left him go and create, essentially. And I found him on Twitter. His name is Saurabh, and I'll put his Twitter in the show notes. And yeah, we've been collaborating on this. So you'll see a lot of micro interactions in the Figma file, a lot of design details around shadows and borders and such. Yeah, so not a whole lot of crazy, super complicated React probably, but a lot of small CSS tricky things, I believe. So I want to have a good component kind of workshop environment, because there's going to be so much detail to figure out.
That sounds like a plan, and also starting right off with a design system.
That's right.
So
so let's go.
Oh, let's go. Kaelig, do you want to start on your own workspace, or should we create a new workspace for today?
For today, I don't mind. Just go for it. Just create one.
Okay. How should we call it then? Kaelig, or your?
Sure.
Let's see that if it does exist or not.
And so, disclaimer: I've used Backlight in the past, but not in production. So I've tested it, played around with what you can do with it, but I've never actually created a design system and then imported it in my app.
No problem. We're gonna start. I'm wondering if we're gonna start with a React one or just a blank, but I think we're gonna just start fresh.
Yeah. And by the end of this this session, what would look amazing to me is to have a couple of components that are in design system, and I'm importing them in my Next.js app.
Yeah.
And then, so I have the deployment workflow set up on GitHub using Netlify. and I have a storybook as well. But anyway, what I would love to do is to be able to import components directly from Backlight and then work on that.
Let's do that. So I just created a new workspace, Kaelig, and I made it. I created a new blank design system. I'm just gonna rename it quickly. So how should we call this design system? Do you have a name for it already?
Design system.
It's a trap.
Okay, let's do this. Saving. It's all good. So I think right away I'm gonna jump in and do a bunch of tokens.
Sounds good. Yeah, we have a few colors.
You did send a few design tokens. Let me put that on my second screen so it's easy. So you already have a few colors set up. So I'm just gonna do this. So I'm gonna do a new tokens. I'm gonna do some colors. And then in colors, we're going to create a simple colors dot. We like to do it in a CSS in those cases. And then you did this. With the colors are not very visible here. There's something we need to fix. And so can you tell us more about those colors? Those are more or less your palette, is it?
Yeah, and those are, again, I haven't had much of a discussion with the designer, and typically I would collaborate on finding a good way to name those, either semantically and whatnot. But in that case, it's just what I had in the Figma file, and I just stuck with it for now.
Okay, so if you're okay with that, I'm gonna rename them just color and then color palette, and then I'm gonna do just page because there is no other one for the moment, just to make it.
So I just for now, if you can just keep the names so that it's the same as the Figma file. It's not great, but it's for consistency. I prefer having exactly the same names. Oh, sorry, you can put color palette if you want, but just if you can keep the 100. I know it's a bit weird, but I thought about it. That was my first instinct when I created those variables last night, and then I was like, well, then it's inconsistent with the Figma file. So I'll have a chat with the designer and rename those later.
Otherwise, we do this, we can do a few things.
We can.
And by the way, it's something for all devs out there. If you're going to rename tokens, don't do it in a silo. Just always try to talk with the designer and with the team to think about a common language, even if it's, it's just something I like to do.
We had a great discussion with Stace, our designer, in the coding design system, the design system journey show about the tokens and how we could inherit some values in your application. You have design tokens, but you can derive from those tokens, applications tokens and components tokens and so on. If you don't have saw it, I recommend that you have a look at this episode dedicated to
I have
token.
Yes, I saw it. Yeah. Reminded me of a lot of discussions I've had in the past at previous jobs.
I'm sure that.
So I'm picking up on CSS. There we go.
And so what I would typically do is, because I don't have a very semantic system at this point, is that I would just use these colors and put them in the files for now. And then as I start to see a system emerge from the repetition and using them all over, I start thinking, okay, what is a primary color? What is an action color, etc., and start naming them semantically so that when we start using stuff like dark mode, etc., we can use those semantic tokens more easily.
We may want to create one semantic at least for the couple of components we're going to create, whether it is a button or like a primary or whatever. But
okay,
So for the moment, my plan would be to have those tokens that we created and then to start documenting them right away. So especially we can see them. So I'm going to do it in the doc, and then in the doc, I'm just going to do an index MD. Actually, I'm going to do an MDX because we are in React. It would be very nice and easy. So then I need a few imports, but that's okay. Bear with me just a second. So we're gonna import React from React, and we're gonna import, I think, which is MDX from MDX React. Yeah, MDX.js/React. And then we can say color palette. Let me see if we have something. What is it missing?
Yeah, we need to export a default layout for the MDX.
Yeah, but do we really need this? Is new. We don't. This is shouldn't. This is not mandatory. So we're gonna have to do it right away. So we need the layout. Can I do just this? No. So let's go and find out the layout. Who has a layout in MDX? Okay. Just gonna pick up something very quickly. So I'm gonna do a layout for the documentation pages. Go for the sake of doing this very quickly. We can do that in TSX, and we can lay out those things. We don't need this. We don't need a logo for the moment. The logo at all.
It'd be quite cool to have something that generates the documentation using something like dockit or like a templates page that I could just push plus. Does it?
Exactly. So what we're doing here is from dockit React, which is the open source an open source toolkit for creating documentation for design system that we open sourced. I'm just picking up the default layout, and then I'm laying out a default MDX provider for MDX. And I'm gonna, and this is exported as an MDX layout, and then I'm just gonna do an index.js here, and I'm gonna export everything from source. And so this way, I can go into my documentation and actually import the layout directly. So if I go just check out my node to go quickly, boom. So basically I import the layout from the layout and I export it in default. And this gives me, should give me.
Oh, we don't have a package JSON maybe?
Yeah. We don't have React.
All right. Yeah.
And so we're going to import React. For the moment, we're just going to pick up the last one. And so if we go back to colors.
Same things, but the MDGX stuff.
Did I miss something? Dependency?
Maybe you have a capital in your import of React. Yeah, it's
yeah. So missing dependency, of course, we need this as well.
Yeah. Probably stick on version 1 because started
Yeah.
with MDX2, the MDS
I think
export didn't.
you did an @ sign at the beginning as well.
I did what?
And then I think the actual dependency is @ mdx-js/react.
Oh, you think so?
It's what it says on your dockit, for example.
Oh, yeah, you're very right.
You're right.
You are very right. And I did this maybe 2 weeks ago. How good my memory is. Come on. So we obviously need to import this. At this point, we need to have some automatic import of this. Aha.
Yeah, because
now it's working.
The thing that we are seeing a lot in those episodes is that we are often doing the same tasks. So yeah, having a way to automate those templates would be really nice.
So I'm gonna work while it's loading. There we go.
Okay.
And now we have
Let's
a small
color palette.
documentation. And now let's display the color palette. And so to do that, what we're gonna do is import again from the dockit React. Yeah, I got the message, but
so should the prefix be color palette instead of color?
Yeah. Since we don't have anything else, it will pick it up as well.
Okay.
But otherwise,
yeah, because it acts like just a filter on the name, so you could restrain at some point which one you want. All the colors palette, all the colors palette fonts.
Okay.
Whatever you want. Maybe we need a little style sheet with the
let's see. So we can do CSS and have some styling for the boxes. A blue background in case we have transparency. And then we can import the style.css. This is just for the documentation, but it's still not working right now because there is no colors. And the thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna import the colors. And if I'm right, here we go. So we're importing the colors, which are here. This defines the CSS custom properties. Then we load the style case component that we're going to lay out just inside the documentation. We just apply a few style of the boxes because we can make those boxes the way we want. And then we apply here the layout so that we have a small logo and a small menu and all the dark mode here because I'm in dark mode in this particular browser.
Cool.
And then this is where if we go here and if we if we go, for example, just for the sake of the explanation, if we go with primary and we pick up that primary is the color palette, let's say, I don't know what is it exactly, but link blue. This is what we want. We can then go into the doc and then have more of a semantical color, and then we can say, okay, Manticores. And then just let's say is these so we can properly match them, and boom.
Cool.
And so you can organize your colors really the way you want. Okay, and this gives you automatically a doc like this.
Okay, so you can share that with the designer and then talk about the naming.
Exactly.
From there.
Exactly.
How do I use those tokens in JavaScript?
So, you mean with the from a JSON form outside of
For
CSS?
example. Yeah.
So then this is where we need to have something like style dictionary, where you could have the tokens defined once, and then they generate the CSS custom properties, and the JSON, so that you have to maintain only one set and not having to maintain two sets.
Okay.
So this is what you want, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how long it takes, because maybe we want to start creating a component to at least see if we're importing things correctly.
Yeah, maybe we could do like this first component and then publishing the design system and then get it into the app and then go back into those tokens and make them better with style dictionary, especially if we have time.
So do you want to take the code from my button component that I had in my repo?
Yeah, so let's create this button. So we're going to create a package button. In the package button, we're going to create button.tsx. And then we're going to paste your... So then here, there's a few things we need to do. So we can also pick up the CSS module. That would be a good thing.
Yeah.
This way it's done. Oops. So now, so a few things we need to figure out. The next link and
you can remove that for now.
Class names. So we can remove that for now. We're gonna just do.
You can move the href. Yeah,
we're gonna move the href here, and just remove that for now. And you want to use a link, another button? Is that?
Well, it just so happens that there's no actual buttons on my website, so I just call them buttons because they look like buttons, but really they're links.
No problem.
I might rename it later. I don't know. Or maybe I'll make it, if I happen to have a button at some point, I might like a semantically correct button. Maybe I'll do an element that allows that. But for now, it's just links that look like buttons.
Sounds good. And I'm just going to import React here.
Yeah, because next link is handling the routing part of the next application. That's it. So
yep, correct.
Okay, so we need to figure out how to properly export the button, but allow people to just plug it in the link. The link.
So we need to install this. This. It's mandatory, right? This is because there is some sort of helper.
Yep, correct. Yeah, it's a class name concatenation helper.
Okay, so I installed it. This is okay. And then so this should work.
What about CSS modules?
Yeah, it should just be okay here. just the fact that it's named .module.css, it understands that it's a CSS module, and then the style is loaded properly, and then you have this class, which is here. This is all good.
Yeah, you're going to want to rename the CSS properties in the CSS because they don't have the prefix. So like beige 100 should be color palette beige 100.
Okay.
Cool.
This is okay.
And then, so everything is in pixels here, but in my repo, I have a post CSS config that transforms all the pixels to rams.
Okay.
And I don't know how to do that in Backlight, but that's maybe something for another session.
Yes. Post CSS is a whole new world. So now that we have some sort of something compiling, I think it would be nice to have a story to show it. So we're going to go into stories. We're going to have index of stories. .tsx again, we can do this. Then I think we're going to import React again because we're going to do JSX into this.
Oh yeah, I have stories actually. So if you want to,
let me pick them up. Stories. So I'm just going to pick up. Okay. Story. I don't think we need this. No. Maybe.
You're going to want to install Storybook React, I guess.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to import the button props.
And did we export it as a name? So we're going to do this. So we're going to import the button that we just built. And this was from button.
And the props as well.
Sorry. And the props. And the props. They're exported, all right?
Yep.
Yep. And so we have that. I'm just going to install. Sorry. Just going to install this.
And for this one, put 6.4.
But 0, or I don't remember.
No,
with the caret, it doesn't matter.
It should be matter.
There we go. And so if I go back to my button, I save, should be happy with this new story. I should have my stories. Just gonna load up.
I think you need to export some metadata.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I know you define them, but we don't need them.
Oh, okay.
Because we extract them straight from the. So we just need to have like the basic and the small, which are here, and as you can see, they're here, and we can have them all together.
Okay, so I think we need the CSS properties to be globally imported, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not globally, but I think what we're missing here is the fact that this is relying on the colors, but it's not importing it. So this is where I like to do. There's many ways to do this, but I think I like to do it with SCSS.
Well,
so
okay, hang on, because if we do that, that's gonna import the root this code every single time.
Yeah,
for every
what do
single
you,
components.
the right way to do
in
so is probably to export the declaration in a mixin, in SAS mixin, and include the mixin only when we need it. The other way is just to use post CSS to finally wrap the content and just deduplicate the content on the final CSS, which is also a solution.
Well,
yeah, but
I don't think so because you the way the cascade works is you don't want to have to mess with those imports too much. Like you want to have them imported just once. That's it.
Mm.
And I don't think a mixin is going to be helping us here. What we typically do is that in preview.js or preview.tsx, whatever of Storybook, is that we have an import to import that those global styles, where I also define stuff like default font, etc.
yeah, but there's many ways to do this. The fact that you can import them here in SCSS, I mean, I can go back and move them in CSS if we prefer, but the fact that I import it, SCSS will actually roll them into a single file anyway. So all the styling inside the design system, I mean, because we're building with Vite so far, and this will create a single CSS file for all the global CSS and CSS modules that are used in the design system. So the whole thing will only be present once, even though we import them specifically at certain locations where we need them. So I wouldn't be too worried. But if we want to just be very specific, we can just import that in.
Or is there some
Yes.
sort of global layout for stories that you have, or something like that?
We can just do that, yeah. So what we can do is like we can do story layout. And then in story layout, we can do, story. We can do a decorator, or we can do really just a helper. We can do, for example, helper.ts. And then I'm just thinking what is the best, but yeah, that this is enough. And then we can just import, for example, we're going to just import the colors. And we're going to pick up the colors.scss. We check the name, like colors.scss. And then we can also, well, that's about it. That's what we need. You usually create anywhere some sort of aggregator for all your CSS variables. So you can do that here. And then once you've done this, in the stories, there we go here, we can just import from story layout, source, helper. This will will load the CSS custom properties.
Yay.
Great. When we're
They are going off screen.
Yeah.
And I had some
come?
global. Do you want to also put the globals and maybe the
You have some
fonts
globals
as well? Yeah, I had the there's a globals that CSS in the
in style.
styles directory. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do this.
And there's a bunch of fonts in there, so I don't know if we can do that as well.
Yeah, we're going to try. So we're going to put that in here for the moment. So we're going to call it global styles. And then here we're going to put global.css. And this is what you have, right? So you have, so you're importing this. I have to check this, what this is, but we don't need it anymore because this was containing the colors.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of fonts, and then we have some defaults for the body. So this will usually go in the app. and not in the design system. Then you have the typography. So
for the font family, maybe we're going to need...
it was defined there.
Yeah, if you want, you can remove the padding and margin, but I think we're going to need the font family.
Yeah, but maybe
Don't
we
know
can
about the background.
stick with this only for the stories, maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do this. Go here and do some story styles. I'm really making a bad names, but so this will be applied in the stories only. That's what we want to do. And so here we can import the stories styles. So we load the CSS Custom Properties, then we load the styles for the stories, and this is only used for the stories. And then on the global, we keep with the font and a few elements. So we would usually move that into a typography kind of token here, where we can look at this later on. And the hero, this is specific to the host application. So for the moment, we can just remove it and keep this. And then...
Well, the hero styles are actually heading levels. It just so happens that those headings are called hero, but yeah, they're just text for now as well. It's like if you had a H1 alternative or like something.
Okay. So this will go in typography.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's.
And then for the custom media queries, I don't know if post CSS here is gonna like that.
Where they are? Where are they?
I guess we could
in the H1. Look at the H1.
Yeah.
Yes. This is specific to post CSS. There's a post CSS plugin here.
Yeah, so this is still a stage 1 W3C proposal in the CSS spec, and that's why you need post CSS to process it, because custom media queries are not supported in browsers right now, as far as I know, anyway. But yeah, so we can either remove them for now or...
Yeah, I think you can define them in a different way.
We could still rely on SAS to define them with a token dedicated to.
Now we have the globals, and then what we can do is on the story globals, we load the story styles, and then we can load the global styles. Or at least the stories, they get the right... Stories get the right thing.
Yep.
Are we still missing something, right?
Are we?
I'm wondering why it is cutting up here.
Oh, don't worry about it. I had the same in my...
Okay.
It's because it's an inline element. It's not even block or anything. So I think that might be why. I haven't styled them properly yet.
Okay, no problem. I want to be fast, but I'm just gonna export some default setup here for Storybook so that we can get
my layout centered.
Yeah. There we go. So this way,
nice.
It's easy peasy.
Yeah. So how do I define global Storybook stuff?
So we don't have a global Storybook equivalent. So far, you have to import it into the stories. But this is something that we are thinking of, is creating here the equivalent to preview.js. That's what you're mentioning, right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. to have exactly. Actually, I was wondering if something was done recently, but I don't think so. Yeah, we did actually. So we can try. You want to try?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It'll be my first time, see? So we do a stories preview.tsx, and then we can move this stuff there. So preview.stories.tsx, and we could do this. And then this means that in my button and in my stories, I can get rid of this because yes, it should be the case. Yep. So you see, the documentation is not always perfect. Oh, yeah. But wait a minute. Yeah, no, it should be the case. If I just import it, it should be working straight like this. Yeah, I think I saw something about this recently. So this is still not working. So I leave it there for the moment, and then
Yeah, sounds good.
we can reactivate it.
All right, let's publish it. We have a button, we have colors.
Let's do this. So we can also push it into GitHub, but for the moment, it doesn't really matter. And let's publish it. So we're gonna publish it here. Just gonna publish it to this scope and package for the moment, but you will be able to create your own package.
Okay.
So we can create the some miner, and we can release.
Cool.
Are you excited? You're first. Oh no. So unlucky. Let me just. So what was the error? We don't even have the error, right? Okay. Could not resolve.
Yeah, because the story
that makes sense.
set is in the
Yeah, maybe that's why it wasn't working. Earlier.
Yeah.
We're trying to import something that doesn't exist.
Yes. So we're gonna fix that, right? So this is what we want to have inside it. So what I could do is just
we could
simply go story layout for the moment, but this should be much better than this. Let's see if it works actually. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
So we just need to clean this.
No. This cleaning is for the week.
So we could do much better than this, but let's.
No, this is perfect. Ship it.
Let's ship it. So let's retry.
Okay. View 1 should have a little bit of technical debt, otherwise it's not fun.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
Those guys are professional. Don't do that at home, kids, okay?
Yes, I get it.
Do a clean.
So here we are. So now we have the NPM package. It's there. If NPM is okay to load it.
But so we're running out of time, but we got at least we got it. Awesome. Yeah, that's great.
So, and now we just
and so can you show on unpackage can you go on unpackage and show me the content of the
yes.
Yeah, because I'm curious about how it exports and Okay.
So the important things to know is that the global styles are inside this style.css.
Okay.
So everything has been, put together into one file.
Yeah,
And this
sense.
is the file that needs to be imported in the host app. And this is really reminiscent to Vite and how Vite manage global styles, even if it's CSS modules.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to import that. And then we have the button. And in this, we have the button.js that has the right code.
Cool. And it's perfect code. It looks amazing. And then how do I import the button? Let's say I want to import the button into my application.
Well, let's do this. I mean, we're gonna do some.
Because there's no index.js, so I was wondering how do you? What does an import statement look like?
It should have. So let me. This is maybe something I forget about. Yeah. So you can do an index.js, and then you just export. Start.
Oh, I don't mean index.js in the button itself. I was thinking about if in my application I want to import the button, what is the path right now?
Yeah. So you can create. So let's go back to here. Actually, so you can create an index.js here, and this is where you can create it here. Actually, so those are the root files. So if here I create an index.js, you can create and export exactly what you want. And then on the button, you can also have an index.js, so you can import the button like this instead of going to dist, because that's how it is today. But we can fix those things. So let's do it actually, because this is cool. So if I do, I export everything.
And the index.js is not going to end up in dist?
No, because it's in the root folder here. Dist will be the source.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna export this, re-export this, and so what is in? Yeah, I want to export button.
Yeah.
I'm gonna re-export what button exports, which are those two things, and so this will be exported here. Source, and then what we can do here is something like, if we want to do, we're gonna do an index.js, and then we can do export. Let's say we want to export button, and then we can do export from button, and this will pick up the index in the button. And so now if I re-export a new release, which is just a patch, there we go. I just go here and then I pick up the new version. Not yet. Let it load.
Where do the types get exported?
So
we should have
when I do a release, actually, if you want the types, you need to add the typings, include the typings. So I can do another release with the typings.
Okay. Yeah. It's release galore.
Yes. It's nearly too easy, yeah.
It's one of the things, one of the teams I joined a few years back. It took a few days to release the design system. There was quite a few steps involved in releasing the website and making sure everything worked, and so much QA. And my goal there was to get the release process to be a non-event, as in like what we're doing right now, which is just push a button and everything works. And it worked out. It was way less stressful by the end, and it took 10 to 15 minutes, I think, to release instead of 3 days, which was nice.
Yeah. Release, it's a stressful.
Yeah, I think unpackaged tends to cache pretty heavily. So
yeah.
So we're not going to be able to show that maybe, but otherwise we just go and import it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to show up on mine.
So we can do Stack Blitz and Next. This is a Next.js application
There
you
is
want to do, right?
Dex.new, which is we're working.
So this is the new web container stuff. We should have a Next application in no time. Come on.
So we can install the design system into the packages and in the meantime. Yeah, good.
So we have the app. Let me just check. Welcome Next.js and Backlight. There we go. Yes. Oh, what just happened? Okay, that's because I just pressed save.
Yeah, you know, in-depth reboot.
Yes.
Rebound.
Yeah, as we say
Okay.
in Canada.
Sure.
Okay, off we go. So now what we do is that we do npm install, which is and we do install your design system.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I wanted to test Stack Blitz. It was on my to-do list for a while, so I'm excited.
It's a perfect
It's done tonight. And there's two Stack Blitz. And there's this Stack Blitz with web containers, where you have more or less a node environment running in the browser. And you have the Stack Blitz where there is no emulator and where you run the projects directly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
On the server side.
Yeah, I think cloud development is awesome.
It's just so much the future.
And even when I develop locally, I just set up my Windows machine a few days ago. I mean, this week, essentially, to set it up for development. And I was trying in the past to work on Windows, and now I work only on Windows SWSL. I don't even know what that stands for. And it's basically virtualization. So the next step would be to take everything to the cloud, but I'm not there yet. We'll see. Maybe I'll start using Stack Blitz more heavily. But what I can say is that it took me like, I don't know, maybe 8 hours to get my whole setup properly working, and I was like, this is not good. It shouldn't take 8 hours to get TypeScript plus Storybook plus Next.js, ESLint, Prettier, all that. And I know there's starter kits out there, but I wanted to kind of get a sense of what the effort was for myself. And it took a while to even get CSS modules and work everywhere.
And there is a lot of starter kits, but none of them are exactly what you want. So now I started again. And so now you can really, it's just, okay, now it started. And now you can really start and call your stuff. So we can import. So what we have to do first is to import
Import the styles. The application styles.
For the styles, yeah. This is styles.css. So we're going to import this. That's the first step because we want to have the globals. Yes.
Let's save anyway.
This is weird.
Yeah, you may experiment some network issues, I guess.
So not styles, but it's style. Yep. There we go. So we just imported. I think your font is applied now because of that. And now we can import the button.
Is the font working?
So
Interesting.
let's see.
Because I don't know if we had the font files in, but anyway, yeah.
Those are specific fonts. They're not online.
Correct, yeah.
So we can just do this. And so if I did install the index.js properly, we can just do this. And then somewhere like here, we can say button. There you go. First time.
All right, cool.
Awesome. That's great.
Awesome. Okay, so I feel like so just to recap, we got some colors in, we displayed them, we have a color style guide. Then we created a button with a few stories. And CSS modules worked out of the box, which is pretty cool. And then we published the design system with the typings, which is something I care a lot about. And then we imported the design system and displayed the button in a Next app, which is super cool. Okay, so I feel like there's still a few steps to get us to a
yes, there's still a few steps,
and I think
and
the development workflow would be super interesting to
I'd be really happy
to
help you out for the next level, which would be like connecting to GitHub and then get those pull request visual regressions and previews of the design system.
Yeah.
And so you can really work out individual PRs this way, and also the documentation of the button, starting to pull out like a prop table, a playground. I mean, if it's just your website, maybe you don't want to go so far, but those are the things that we can go pretty quickly as well.
One thing I really want to get right is how do I save the CSS files in the design system and see the changes directly on my local. So that's the kind of stuff that we want to discuss next time.
Yes, and this is done through the link command line, where in your host app in Next, which this will not work, I think, on StackBlitz, but locally you will run this, and this will actually run your design system in situ of your npm package that you imported into your Next app. So in situ of that, this will basically replace this as you work in Next.
Okay.
And you can do that by working on a branch. So you could do something new on a branch and work on your design system and get the immediate feedback into your Next app without having to release.
Sweet. All right.
But I'd be very happy to do another session with you, live or not, and go with
the workflow. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. All right, guys. It's been fun. I think we're out of time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was a very dense episode, but we saw a lot of things in it. We still have things to cover, like style dictionary stuff and probably refine the layouts and so on. But yeah, it was a great bootstrapping session.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being with us today. It was really good to have both your feedback and your ideas behind what you are building with your own design system, your expectations, and so on. It's really valuable also for us. So thank you very much for that.
All right, cheers, and thanks Sorab also for creating the design for the site. I'm excited. Yeah, we make sure we have a link. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'll post the link to his Twitter account.
Yeah, sure, for sure, and you will get them all in the YouTube page when it will be published tomorrow. So thank you again for everything. George, anything you want to add for this session?
No, thank you very much, Kaelig. It was a pleasure to have you with us tonight, and I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for everything, and see you next time for another episode. Bye bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye. Thank you.